Sometimes I hate Neil, and the rest of the time I caress his face slowly.
He he forgets that he hates me though. I'm like, oh hey, and I say something. He's like, oh, that down kid, and then 5 minutes later, he's already forgotten.
What? I didn't hear what you said. What are we talking about?
Oh God.
Um, all right. So, anyways, let's. You are traveling. So one. Do you just head back home?
No, I turn invisible and spy on Rayron.
All right. Cool.
No, I don't. I go. I leave.
I want to see those stealth checks.
It's just like a woo.
See, I rolled a natty 20 plus 20. I got a 13.
You forget, he's our observation boy. So he's the one that looks.
I am the one who looks. Nice. I like that.
All right, moving on. So you you head back to Curse Fall, right behind Valorant. Neil, you have a different task at hand. You're going to be heading which direction?
Probably to the northern keep, I would guess.
So you're gonna get onto your horse. You're gonna just head straight north.
Well, I mean, I'll probably stop off. I mean, actually, let's see. Let me just look at the map.
Yep.
Let's confirm. Old man, young man, ghost. I need to speak with
If
the
you
guys.
want, I can drop us into map format. So
No, I can look at the map. I can look at the
Yeah,
map.
but at least that way viewers can follow along.
You put it on a handout. Stop slowing me down, Scott. Oh my God.
There we go. There we go.
Let me. Okay,
Now,
we're on.
now you can measuring tool.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw on it.
Ugh, drunk, but you can measuring tool, and it
But I can draw on it.
is instantly erasable. Look.
Right. So, we are here, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't know where here is.
There-ish.
I'm sorry, I still can't see where you're marking. If
Top
only,
left.
if only you had a measuring tool, so we could just see.
Hey,
Yes, yes, you are there.
Right. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're
I
wrong.
need to go to. I need to go to the northern keep to
Correct.
speak
Correct.
to the devils. So I may as well travel with one to Reed,
Okay.
and then I can spend a night's rest at Reed, and then travel up.
There you go. Okay. Ha ha ha! My hands are so cold. I'm trying to warm them up on my belly.
I thought you weren't cold.
No, my hands are.
I don't want to hate her.
I went to the bathroom. I washed my hands. I came down and complained because my hands are slightly wet. They're covered in cat fur, which is gross. And then because I had washed my hands and they were wet, now my hands are cold.
One, wash your hands with warm water. Two, dry them properly.
I do dry them properly. They're just so wet
No,
afterwards.
you do not.
I give a swish, swish, swish on my pants. That's how you dry your hands. You swish, swish, swish in your pants, right? Is
That
that
means
how?
something different to us.
Oh, pants. Oh, I forget the word.
I
On my,
forgot that you guys.
on my
that
denim.
one still like is weird.
on my denim, I swish, swish, swish on
Trousers.
my denim.
Trousers, not denim. Or jeans. They're jeans or trousers. Come on, dude. They are both. They're jeans and trousers.
My genetics. On my genetics.
No, it's jeans spelled with a J.
All right. So, anyways,
This kid.
you could have said jeans spelled with an A.
I mean, it is jeans
Yeah.
spelled with an A, but also a J. And
So-
an A.
So you travel with one to Rid, and then you get rid of one at Little Girl Keep, and start heading to the north. And one can start going in from there. Here's the question, because he only left like half a day ahead of you guys or whatever. Would you like try to catch up to Valorant? Boom, gotcha.
We probably could, because they're not all going to be on horseback, and they're laden. We probably could catch up, couldn't we?
If you wanted to.
There's no reason not to.
Okay. Valorant, can you roll me a D100?
Fuck. What have you done to me?
And you make your way all the way to Rid, where you kind of like spend an evening in Rid, and then you're gonna say your goodbyes as you're heading the rest of the way to.
Okay, wait. We spent an evening in Rid. I can heal 4.
Honestly, you guys. No, my apologies. The travel is going to be several days long. You heal your level every night, so you're gonna be good.
Thank
Heal
fuck.
me up, Daddy.
You forget, like, we have to do this so we don't die.
Okay.
Escort, we'll die. You won't. I mean,
no.
you will if you continue spending time in that cold basement.
Basement's fine. It's like 62 degrees in here. It's fine.
Guys, I'm just saying, I don't like doing this, but you need to donate to twitch.tv/Daelric so we can afford a heater, because at his age, cold like this is lethal.
I actually do have to figure out how I'm going to get a heater in my new office. Otherwise, it will be cold. Here's fine, but the office will be cold. I'm going to have to figure out some plumbing situation. It's funny because I'm not a plumber, but plumbing's easy. It's just a little bit of I have copper piping, like fittings. I have solder. I have a torch. You know what I mean? Like, I have those things because I'm an old person, and that's what we do. We collect those things. And I need this once. I'm not going to borrow it or rent it. I'm just going to get it because I'll need it again in the future. 8 years later, I'm glad I made that decision. I'm using it once again. But plumbing, yeah, plumbing's simple. I've met some plumbers, and I'm like, wow, you can't do math. But yeah, you can do this. I'll figure it out.
But yet they can remember the names of people they've met, even a week ago. What?
I'm terrible at names. I'll meet somebody in 5 minutes later on and be like, oh my god, did they say Jessica or Jessie? Barbara. It was Barbara. Yep, I was that close. Yep. Anyway, so you guys separate at Rid. There's no other conversation that need to be had at that time, I imagine. You just start going in separate ways.
I'm gonna stay and read and talk to Tally, but I'm splitting from Rayron, yeah.
Okay. So you'll talk to her, but again, you can just make a quick diplomacy check to see how conversations go in general. And then you're going to head north, Neil, and we're going to have the camera follow your character's mounting of the steed. Probably heading a little earlier than usual, as to keep any suspicions as to the direction you're going lower. Like, all right, I'll be heading out early in the morning. Good night, guys. And you leave 2 hours before they wake up. No questions.
Peace.
And then you can make your way in that direction. So I'll wait for that diplomacy check whenever you feel like rolling it one. And you're going to continue riding north to the keep. Now, Neil, I do want you to roll your survival check for that trek up there. You're not super familiar with that road. You've only traveled it, once or twice?
Twice.
Did you roll the diplomacy check yet, one? Because it's not popping.
No, I haven't, but I mean, I can just roll a diplomacy for her, but I don't know what am I rolling the diplomacy for?
Oh, just your interaction with what's her name?
See how smooth you are.
Okay. I've been pretty good with her so far. But yeah, my intention too is just to check if our long-winded plan of them having spies has anything that we don't already know.
I will give you guys updates shortly.
Okay, where's diplomacy? There.
Ooh!
There you go.
Awesome.
I'll also extend an invitation for her to come to Cursefall.
For those cold, long winter nights.
Yeah, well, you know, her farm's frozen over and she might need some warmth.
There you go. Hey-o.
Never know.
Gotta plow the fields and all. So you start making your trek to the north to get to the keep. Roll me your survival check, please, Neil. Because it's been a long time since you've trekked up.
Do you remember my character's name?
Yeah, Valorant.
Fuck.
I've got the help of Old Man Young Man Ghost.
So you trek your way up there, and it is a bit of a treacherous route. Give me one moment.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, how many nights have I had since?
You're fully healed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because you're level 4, so even just 4 nights will get you all the way up to max, right? So
yeah, with my max health.
My god, compared to fucking level 1 where we were like, we're gonna rest for like a week and a half now, bye.
Yep. So your trek up there is a treacherous one, not because like there are bandits on the road that are attacking anybody that goes in that direction or anything. It's actually more about the fact that it just happens to be very frozen. It's land you don't know very well. You end up misstepping here and not realizing that was a frozen lake right there with fresh powder on top of it. It was genuinely a very difficult, dangerous, and arduous path. It got scary at points. Whether or not you came through well, roll me one more survival check, sir.
I feel it necessary at this point to point out the fact that I have boots of the Winterlands.
Oh, that is necessary. It doesn't help your horse at all, but it is definitely necessary. So you continue your trek up in that direction, and things actually ended up turning out fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, you didn't realize that was a frozen lake that you were about to walk on, and all of a sudden the horse's hooves go through it, but you're able to hop off the horse and easily guide it back to the shores, walking on the ice with ease, as though it was solid ground and had complete grip to it. Yes, the winds were howling and very cold, but eventually you found a cave that was cutting against the winds and allowed it to kind of like break up a good bit. You got a fire going that kept you warm but wasn't shining too bright at night, and so on and so forth as you guys like made your trek up there. And you definitely brought supplies with you for eating, the food and whatnot, bit of hay, oats or whatever for the horse. Perhaps those supplies are running low, but there was a lot of supplies left behind in that keep when last you were there. Maybe there's stuff you can use to help get back home. Whatever the case may be, you are arriving around the boundaries of the keep right now. This is a solid, 20 miles or so from the actual keep. Is that how far it is, these hexes? I think so. No, 12 miles. So you're like a solid, 13, 14 miles from the keep. When you finally step into the lands. Lands where, it's funny, literally as your foot falls, the first step on the lands, you hear in the back of your mind the loud ringing almost like a gong. Like a boom. Kind of in the deep, deep, deep back recesses of your minds there, Neil. You hear it. Strangely enough, back in Kurzfall, comfortably relaxing in their tasks, duties, whatever it is that they're handling, the two of you also hear a gonging noise somewhere in the back of your minds. You don't know what it is, why it happened, but you hear it nonetheless. It's a strange sensation. Neil.
I think Rayron he'd dismount Grain. He'd place a hand on the hilt of his sword, and then he'd take 2 steps further forward.
You take 2 steps forward, and you can feel the land itself seems to be growing a desire around you, a bit of a hunger, all kind of pointed towards you. You can almost feel a presence watching, even if there is nothing around you that you can see or whatnot. It's one of those things where it's genuinely intimidating as the ground around you seems to almost hate you. But nothing happens.
I've come to speak.
Nothing happens.
Grip the hilt of his sword tight and say, "Here we go." And continue on towards the keep.
You do continue towards the keep, as you said, and it's maybe a few more than that perhaps, steps forward, when all of a sudden you start to feel that the growing furnace, sorry, I'm sure you hear that. So that the growing hatred of the ground is starting to become tangible. It's starting to manifest itself in a way that it can, but then you feel a different hunger. This time, not so far as to be the ground, the air, and everything around you, but actually grasped in your hand. You feel a different sensation. You feel almost like something's cutting through all of that emotion that you're feeling, that power that you have collapsing around you. And you feel something within your actual sword. the sword that barely ever has seemed to contact with you before, is like almost like he's waking up from a long nap. You could feel it awakening. It puts around you a bit of like I want to say like a bubble or a shield that seems to be protecting you. It seems to be putting like a shell to guard you. You can feel the hatred around it trying to reach in, even though you can't see any of this. But you can also feel it being held back. You're emboldened enough to continue walking forward.
Rayrin would keep a firm grasp on his sword and walk towards the broken gates of the keep.
I imagine every step, at least the first few, are tentative. That almost like creeping step, waiting for something to spring, waiting for reaction. But
it's like he's taking a step. He's not walking anywhere. It's like when you like take a step on ice. You're like, no cracks. Okay.
And then you eventually kind of get a bit more comfortable with the situation that you're in and the protections that you have. You guiding, was it Bean, whatever its name is, with you, continue on into the towards the keep. Grain, thank you. Towards the keep. After a bit of time, you can actually see the keep over yonder, and then a bit more travel, you actually start to approach the keep itself. You're standing outside the gates like you originally did long ago when you first approached the keep and realized that it was inhabited by others. You approach the keep. The front gate still left just as open as it was before you left last time.
I've come to speak with the current owners of this land.
And you hear a response saying, "Oh, they're not here." As Old Man Young Ghost or whatever it is, appears next to you, like just appears next to you and says those words. "Oh, they're not here." Don't you remember part of the plan? You've defeated them. They're banished temporarily.
Yes. We have to summon one back.
Correct. That's my task and what I'll be working on, because I have to go against exactly what it was that you did. I have to figure out its name and all of that. I'm almost done with it. In the meanwhile, you can handle what's arrived in the interim. I'll be over here. And he just kind of like walks and steps out of view.
Pretty much.
Yes. Could come again?
Easy there, Grain. Easy there. He'd like tie Grain up on a reasonably large splinter of wood from the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Like loop the reins around, drop them down. Draw the sword and head in, I guess.
Sorry, just give me one moment. I'm trying to boom 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 boom. I feel like I already scrubbed that song. It's too bad I like that song. Here you are. There you go. Okay. I think this is good now. Yeah. And we'll do one of these. Where are you? There you are.
This is great. This is good luck.
There we are.
Oh, I've seen this before.
You've seen
This is where that like
Where we
you
nearly
have
died.
that. This is where we have that friend that like it's like talks you up and gets you into a situation where you're like, and I'm fucked. This is what the old man young man has done to you. It's like, no, you'll be fine. You can handle yourself. You'll be fine.
Let's just say nothing.
It's fine. Grain
That was
is with me.
ominous.
He'll bite anything that comes to fight me.
So when he says that, and he's like, more or less, you can handle this sort of a thing, and then steps away. What is it that you do?
I mean, Raren would like I say, he'd tie Grain to the shattered gate,
Mm-hmm.
and then make his way inside the keep.
Okay.
Sword drawn.
Yep. And do you go back to that one step at a time, very slow and cautious kind of movement?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely, because he says there's something in there.
Okay, so if that's what you're doing, that kind of like slow and cautious movement and whatnot, I imagine a degree of stealth check could be made because you're trying not to be noticed before you notice something else. And so you're welcome to make me a stealth check followed by a perception check because obviously you're trying to notice everything else as well. Please.
Can I make an argument for not a stealth check?
Oh, you can do whatever you'd like. I'm not going to force it.
And for a soldier check, in that I'm just trying not to be caught off guard here. This is like a...
So you're not trying to sneak up on it. You're trying to have your wherewithal.
Yeah.
I would allow you to peel back both of those checks for that individual soldier check if you would like. And would you like to modify that at all? No? You sure?
Yeah, let's not.
Okay.
I don't wanna waste my daddy's dice that may be really important later on.
First of all, those aren't daddy's dice. I have this campaign. I think I have too much daddy's dice currently.
It's because the players are like, they're like, not the players, the viewers are like, you must do only good, but you must also die.
Well,
you must die.
However, to be fair though, it is also kind of I don't get to roll open very often with you guys, so I don't get to use them very often with you guys. I could use them behind the scenes too, but they have less of like a yay when I use them behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But
So
anyway,
what you're saying is your own hubris is stopping you from using them.
wow, oh, some big words for a little boy.
It's actually like only a 2-syllable word.
Okay, now you're just being mean. Can we go back to playing the game now?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Good. So you go walking in, making your soldier check DC 15, trying to discover whatever it is that is going on inside this place. Just gonna move you in a little bit. I don't know if you remember the layout perfectly or not, but trying to do this.
I do roughly. I believe the church is here, and Demon Hole was there.
Correct. And over here was the barracks that you had seen before. So that's kind of like the area, everything that's down there currently. Where do you move towards? What is your plan from here?
He would move towards the church for now.
Sure. And you're welcome to move up in those squares and move in that direction and whatnot. You go right ahead. I have the cameras on you. So as you kind of like creep your way along, moving towards the church to the best of your ability, trying to make sure that you are. What?
Sorry, I just realized you left our tokens where they were in this scenario originally. So I have you in that one little corridor where we were. I decided to tab in and look around. I'm like, hang on.
So anyways, so you do make your way around over to where the church is, and again, you can move your mini to do exactly that if you would care to. But the whole way while you're moving, roll me. No, don't roll me. My apologies. You feel once again coming from the sword that feeling that like something is watching, like something is there, something you can't perceive is just beyond your grasp, just beyond your understanding. And I won't lie, it's a little intimidating. You feel like this growing hunger of everything around you. You see the church finally. You see where it was that you had battled the demon, and not the demon. Sorry, what was it that you battled there? Demon, right? No.
Yeah, we battled two.
Yeah,
demons.
you brought the two demons.
Oh,
yeah.
devils.
My apologies. And they dissipated. Do you enter the church?
Yeah, let's carefully enter the church.
You hear roll me your perception.
I just entered sanctified ground.
With that result, you actually are able to make out. It almost sounded like there's pattern to that, like those were words. Roll me a linguistics.
It's our trap.
You've heard words like this before, only once ever, literally once ever, when one said them to Elliot to entice him to work for you guys, when he more or less made him know that he is able to speak Necril.
Necroteer? Is it?
He speaks
No, what is
Necril.
it? That's it, yeah.
Necril. Necril.
Uh-oh.
Raren would move around in front of the altar. And he'd take a knee for a moment, still keeping the sword in his hands.
So you're kneeling down at the altar when you hear these noises continue. Kneeling down at the altar, are you doing anything particular?
He'd pray to Lady Arenda.
Okay, Lady.
He'd say, give me the wisdom and the knowledge to outsmart these devils so that I may do what is right and save those who rely upon me.
You roll a religion check.
Yeah, I'm trained in that. Why not? Where is religion then? It was so close to being the 18 or 20.
Nothing happens. You say your words. Roll me a perception check.
Guy behind the pew. Ah.
And unfortunately, you don't notice
Oh.
as something arrives behind you as you're kneeling before the altar. It's slowly making its way towards you as you're once again continuing
does
to
it
sit
pass
there and
my
pray.
sword's perception check?
That's a really good question. The thing grows ever so close. The sword doesn't have the ability to just like.
Oh my god.
It doesn't have that ability. The thing moves ever closer and closer as you kneel there praying. And unfortunately, with the natty one, it gets to attack you before even the first roll of initiative.
Oh dear.
What is your flat-footed AC, sir?
Oh no.
Flat-footed AC, oh dear. It's 14 actually, it's not that bad.
A 14? Oh, good. Good. What's my chance to hit? Oh, yay. Good. Oh, God. All right, here we go. Oh, I feel bad. I mean,
No, you
it's
don't.
all good. It's all good. You said a 14? I have to snip at this because I hit exactly a 14. I have to snipping tool
He's
this.
gonna snip it with like a plus 12. Exactly a 14 plus 12.
All right, here we go. So, copy, and I'm going to throw it over in spoilers. Just so people know I ain't lying. I mean, sometimes I say, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm not lying, but I just don't want to break up the game to do stupid things like what I'm doing right now, which is distracting and useless.
I
Where's
do
spoilers?
have +2 to perception actually.
There you go.
That's a good
All right.
point.
So, moving on. So you, yeah. So he comes up behind you, and all of a sudden you feel cold. So cold. So incredibly
no.
cold as you take 3 points.
Oh, thank God.
No, wait. Just wait.
It's fine, I can pass my strength save. I'm not strength based anyway.
Of negative energy damage. That's nothing bad, right? Just 3 points of damage.
And
Can you roll me a fortitude save?
It's gonna be DC 15.
Okay.
Fuck it. Nice. Gets a 1.
And
It's
with
DC
your-
15.
With your failed fortitude save, you take 3 points of constitution drain as well.
Oh no.
As all of a sudden you literally feel every part of your body grow colder and weaker. You literally feel your joints start to ache like arthritis just kicked in. You feel so drained as you feel something pass through you. Catching your attentions, you kind of like turn around as you're standing up and you see there's this form before you. He looks humanoid from the waist up, arms outstretching, mostly humanoid head, but with various parts of its wispy self kind of like going off in tendrils around its like furthest most image. But from the waist down, it's kind of less shaped like legs and more like blowing of air. You can see like it doesn't hold even a true form of feet or anything like that, other than just like moving smoke by your down by your feet. You can roll me another religion check really quickly. Knowledge religion.
Knowledge religion.
As the thing continues to speak behind you, you can feel its growing hunger. You can feel its hatred coming towards you. You can feel how it despises the fact that you're alive. That you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. That you can feel the way that sands and dirt kind of gathers between your toes. And it fucking hates you for it. And it will ravage you for every last drop of your life. Because it is the only way it can even hope to experience the slightest inkling of it. Because it's a wraith that you have standing before you. You've heard stories of wraiths and how an individual wraith can ravage an entire army. One wraith can leave a camp dead, empty, not a single soldier left behind. If you had to guess, this creature's beyond your ability to handle alone. And here it is, reaching out, trying to gather whatever you are. Let's roll initiative. And hope I roll poorly.
Young man's ghost's responsibility to protect him, and I believe he told me that he would protect him. So what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, come on, old man, young man. This is all your fault. Oh dear. Right, roll initiative.
Ooh! Oh! Oh, you can luck die it.
Yeah, I'm gonna luck.
Yay! Huzzah! Alright, I'll change it to a 20 for you. Oh man, how many luck die you have left? 2? Yeesh. Alright, sir. Sorry, you rolled a horrible perception check. I snuck up behind you and got my my freebie hit. It is now your turn. You have a wraith standing directly before you. What do you do, my friend? Let's be clear, because the people in chat keep saying a ghost, I think. This is not a ghost. This is a wraith. There are differences between them. A ghost you can converse with for the sometimes. A wraith is something that your character probably should not be fighting.
Yeah. I heard about these things when I faced the 5e version and was informed of how much worse the Pathfinder version is. The second you said it did cold damage, I just was like, oh no, I know what this is.
Negative energy, yeah, but yeah. Same difference.
You feel, when you described it as a cold thing, I realized what it was, and I was like, oh,
shit. Gotcha. Yeah.
So Rayron can take a free 5-foot step, correct?
Yep, absolutely. Free 5-foot step. No attack of opportunity.
If he does that, can he move afterwards?
Yeah. Oh, no. If you use your free 5-foot step, that is your movement.
Okay, cool. He's going to take the free 5-foot step, and then he raises...
To be clear, Neil, I'm sorry. I just want to be clear. It looks large for dramatics, but it's actually a medium-sized creature. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Just to be clear. Okay. My apologies. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I take a free 5-foot step. Rayron will point the sword towards it, places his hand on his spellbook at his side, and mutters an incantation. And bars of light spring up around it in a sort of cylinder.
Your DC 19 knowledge religion allowed you to know what it was you were fighting, but I didn't give you any information. You had to go based off of your own rumors.
I mean,
Rays of light burst forth from your outstretched hand, encircling each of the target's space with a cage of light. A target fails its reflex saving throw, becomes enclosed in a light prison. A creature enclosed in a light prison can attack, cast spells, and act normally otherwise as long as it stays within the light prison. However, if a creature passes through the walls of light, it takes 1d6 points of damage and is blinded for 1 round. Creatures do not receive saves to these negative effects. Once these creatures pass through the walls of light, prison surrounded it, the effect ends for that creature. Okay, 1 round per level. Close range, all that stuff's fine. First things first, let me roll my reflex save because I have a really good bonus. But let's see what happens. I'm going to open roll this.
Ew, spaghetti. Ew.
He's like, I'm gonna open roll this for the daddy dice shenanigans.
Oh, I forgot if I do that, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Christ, it's got a +6.
So as soon as you start to enclose this thing in light, you can actually roll me a sense motive.
Sense motive. Yeah, of course. I don't get that on the useful ones.
We didn't see it. You have to roll again.
Wait,
It's the
let me
natty 20,
confirm.
gone.
Let me confirm. No, wow, I'm sorry.
That is so sad.
Roll for us.
I
Roll.
just
There it is.
did.
There it is.
Twice in a row.
You actually realize something incredibly, this thing is hard to read, to say the least, because it is a goddamn wraith. It is not a person. It is an undead creature and incorporeal at that. So reading its emotions is something that's very difficult to do, because for the most part, it just has jealousy and hate, hunger, desire, things like that. But for a moment, when you threw up those beams of light, you sensed panic. Genuine fear from a creature without. And it dodges just barely out of the way of your beams of light, not affected by them. What do you do with either your swift or your move action? Move, not necessarily to move, but move to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I can't move, right? Because I did my 5 foot free 5 foot. Artie, please. I'm fighting a wraith. Do not pull up the carpet right now. I could use you, my little holy symbol, to keep away the monster.
Aww.
She's like, no, I don't want to fight the monster.
I think it's cold.
You should hold your cat. They're warm.
Nah, she's hairy.
So's my cat. So I can't move, correct?
Correct.
But I have a move action. What can I do with said move action then?
Let's do this. Sorry. Draw.
Your 5 foot step is your
movement, but no. That's movement. So what it is sorry, my apologies. There are many things that can be done in move actions, but just your character might not have access to them. Sometimes it's concentrating on a spell. Some spells can be cast that way. Sometimes you can use your move action to. My brain's not working. I'm sorry. Sometimes you can move your action to draw a sword, to put away a sword, things like that. But It's just an action type. So the Star Wars game did a better job of this, I think, calling them minor, medium, and greater actions, or something like that. So.
Okay.
Anyways, my apologies.
I don't know. Let me double check. I think this was 3 actions.
Okay.
As a swift action, okay, so Rayrin will ready the blade in his hands. It glows with its blue-like energy, and then the sword itself begins to infuse with the red energy at the base, and it begins to glow with a purple sheen. Let me...
And you also get the smiles upon you. Whether these smiles happen to come from Lady Orenda, because you do take her name, or maybe it is the Martyr, because she's watching over you. Or perhaps it's literally the influences of Old Man, Young Man, Ghost that's with you. But the prayer of the Martyr trigger happens. +1 to all your rolls, -1 to all of theirs.
Okay, right, let me add this in, because I've just been buffed.
He's like, I'll take an aid while you're at it. Give me an aid. I need the temp HPs, please.
+3, +1 on all my rolls, yeah?
More or less.
20 rolls, is it?
More or less. Attack rolls, saving throws. Yeah. Damage rolls as well. but not like
Okay.
initiative and stuff.
Damage rolls as well. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
I think I have used my swift action, my movement action, and my actual action.
Perfect.
So
Now it's my turn.
it's unfortunate that missed.
Oh, yes. What's your regular touch AC?
My regular touch AC is 12.
Oh, sorry. Last time I said flat foot, I meant to say touch. Oops. So touch AC is what I'm going for. And I will open roll. Oh, let me do it like this.
Please no chill touch. Senpai.
So it does reach out and it touches you again, dealing to you 5 points of negative energy damage. And roll me a Constitution save.
This thing can flat out kill you real fast.
Yeah, I know. That's why I tried to trap it and run. Fort save. I mean, I'm gonna go down in 2 turns.
Out of curiosity, does your fort save go down as
Yep.
your con goes
Yep.
down?
Yep.
Oh no.
5 points of Constitution damage.
5? Holy
5 points of Constitution
crap!
damage.
I'm on 6 Constitution.
Yep. It is now, it does just that. Steps up to 5 feet, reaches out and touches you. And you can see it's growing gleeful as it feels your health rushing towards it, as it feels your power coming to it. It feels itself tasting life. Oh, how delicious it is. It can enjoy life just for another moment or two.
Great. I don't know whether to just hit it or just try to trap it and run. It's got such a difficult DC.
Oh, it didn't work.
That didn't work.
What did I fuck up with? Oh, ampersand. Forgot the ampersand. 8 of the martyr comes your way as well, including you gaining 9 temporary health points.
Sorry. Thank God.
Josh is
I don't
asking if you
think-
know the withdraw action.
Not really. Not in Pathfinder.
Oh, what is that? Withdraw.
You can more or less move, what is it? I think it's your full speed plus 5 feet, so 35 feet. And you treat the first square, so more or less a square that you're stepping in, as a non-triggerable for passing through enemy square. So more or less he can just like, can't attack me right now and run away. And that's his whole turn.
Okay.
Because I think it's your speed plus 5 feet is how it works. Josh saying maybe double movement. Might be double. So they'll run away. It's a run away. The person behind you can charge stack you or whatever.
Right, okay, so it's my turn. He's right next to me. Let me just double check.
You can move double your speed
There you go, W speed.
on a withdraw.
Okay. Let's use spell.
And there you go, 5 foot step plus move. So
You can't move
withdraw action.
5 foot
That's
step.
what Norwegian saying. Green is saying. Got what? No, you're fine. Norwegian green is. They're just talking about the rules. I can look it up afterwards. It doesn't really matter.
Raven will use spell combat.
Beautiful. And what are you gonna do?
So take a swing with the sword first. Let's just do that. Really? Really?
What the hell?
What? That's a 16 plus 3 plus
Why
3.
does it say 0?
I don't know.
Yeah, what?
Is there a double plus in there? Did you write a plus on one of your temp modifiers?
Yeah, there is a double plus.
Ah, crap. I did.
Yeah, that's right. So 16 plus. So that's hold on. 26.
Do you want me to reroll?
Yeah, you might as well. You might have a chance of critting, anyways.
So I'm dead now. Fuck. That's so annoying. Putting pluses in fucked me. Roll 20s in my bad books right now.
Needless to say, it's a swing and a miss. What else were you doing with your turn?
I was gonna cast Light Prison again with my other part of my full round action. However, this would, I guess, have to be defensively cast. I don't know.
Correct. Which would be DC 15 plus double the spell level. Is it level 1?
It's level 2.
So, spellcraft DC 19. If you fail, you lose the spell, but no matter what, he doesn't get an attack of opportunity against you.
I mean, I'm not rolling that, am I? Come on.
Hey! Succeeded! Beautiful! So, spellcraft 23. I'm going to roll my saving throw again, which is, I believe, a 1d20.
Got a -1.
Oh, the -1, correct.
Wait. Do you want to roll a daddy's dice so he can't roll a daddy dice on the other side?
No, he doesn't have a die.
Oh.
He has no modifier on this. This is with the -1. I beat a 19. So once again, it just barely avoids the effects of your spell.
That's it.
It's then going to attack you again with a -1 to a chance to hit.
Mr. Old Man, young man has got some answering to do.
Supposed to be looking after you, Rayron.
I just need to be able to get away, but I can't because his DCs are insane.
If you're
sorry.
alive, withdraw.
I'm so
That's your
sorry.
only hope.
What is your touch AC? It's 12,
12.
right? Okay. Sorry. Something in my throat.
I
Spending a
don't
daddy's
know
dice. There's all there's all those daddy's dice coming to work there, viewers. We just went from 10 back down to 9. 9 total daddy's dice. There we go. And they're coming back for you. You don't regret giving those to me right now. All right, and now I'm gonna roll my damage, which is -1. Sorry, so 5 points of damage.
Oh, no.
That's just health point, negative energy damage.
No, but...
And then, Neil, roll me your Constitution save. Excuse me.
He's coughing a lot in that cold, damp basement of his.
I believe I'm just breathing in cat. Gross. So anyways, what were we just talking about? So your fortitude save. Are you gonna modify your 13 at all, or you hit?
I don't have any luck left, do I?
I honestly don't remember, and you know a 15 failed.
2
So
dice.
it's up to you.
No,
I
mean,
think you make it.
I don't think I can make it either. I think this could be
Okay.
Rayron go BBs. If it rolls well on the con damage, because I'm on 6 Constitution.
I think it's the same damage.
No,
What, every time?
I roll every time.
Oh, okay, it's been the same every time.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
well, maybe you should, Neil, because if you go down,
I'm
You-
on 1
you
con,
take-
so that's
if you
5 points of
get
con damage.
to
The issue is...
0 con, you're dead. I think.
yeah.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
happens at one con? Because I think, unfortunately, doesn't something happen at one con?
Neil, you're at 1 Constitution. You literally are feebled. You're in the ICU. Death is upon you. There is nothing to save you. There is no science. There's no magics in this world that can save you at this point. This is how you feel, not what's actually true. This is how you feel. You have all of your strength sapped from you. Sure, you have the strength of mind to a degree, the strength of muscle to a degree, but somebody just sneeze on you. The diseases that would come from that sneeze could take you away. That's how weak you are. What do you do with your turn, sir?
I need to get to the map room.
How do you try to go?
Well, I can't go through it because it will attack of opportunity. So I
Right.
need to. What's this withdraw action?
Withdraw. Move double your speed. It doesn't get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, I think the 3.5 version was the one that I always quote, which is the one where you move your speed +5. But yeah, it's
look, withdraw,
full round action
withdrawing
when
from
you
melee
double your
combat
movement.
full
Yep.
round, yeah.
So you're good. You can just double move.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, another way to the map
Don't
room.
forget, you can move diagonal. So it's actually 1, 2.
Oh yeah.
Every 2 diagonals counts as like 10, right? Like the second diagonal of 2 is the one that counts as 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like 1 diagonal is 5, but then the next diagonal is 10.
Okay, so that's
To
5,
make up for
10.
it.
So that's 5,
The
10.
map room is in here.
It was. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15. 20. Is it consecutive diagonals?
So hold on, let's make sure that this is actually being measured the correct way. So it's total diagonals in 1 movement. So the
Okay,
movement
cool.
is supposed to be Pathfinder 3.5. So if we do it like this, this should make life easy for you, okay? So there's less confusion. So you started here, you'd go
Yep.
right 5, 10 because that wasn't quite the thing. 15. You know.
And that's my max movement there. That's 60. Okay.
60 is here.
So let's move to there. Let's fucking leg it. Is map room through here then?
Up the stairs.
Upstairs.
So that was beautiful. The problem is
It can go
wraiths
through walls.
move through
Yeah.
walls and have a base speed of 60.
That's why I wanted to. Oh my god. That's why I wanted to CC it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the wraith comes out, easily passing through the wall and moving towards you. And it starts reaching out, and you like feebly try to run away. Like you've got your strength, you just are already out of breath. Even just in those couple of steps, you're already like, as you're like wheezing because you're out of breath. You can feel it approaching. You can hear the. As it's approaching, closer and closer and closer. And then you like kind of give that look back as you feel it's upon you. And you know it's too late. You know that you probably shouldn't have come alone. Maybe this is just you paying for the sins of your plan in the first place. You shouldn't have had this plan. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, steps into reality your friend, holding in his hands the hilt of a sword that grows a beam of light that he thrusts forward and stabs into the heart of the wraith. The wraith starts beams of light coming everywhere out of it, and as it explodes these little sparkles that slowly drift to the ground. As a fortune's favor is used to perfectly neutralize a trump card that was laid about 3 months ago real life time. He turns and looks at you and says, "You good?"
Not really. No. Couldn't have done that a little sooner.
No. And the sword fades from existence. Not at all. You ready to meet with them?
Not really.
Well, you have the chest with you, right? What do you have in there? Get yourself ready. Come on. I have to do the magics while the magics are honed.
But yes, but items in a chest won't restore lost life force.
No, some of them might. Come on. Do you have it with you? Or is it with one of them? He says, kind of like looking around, like almost like looking through your clothing to see if it's on you.
I'm fairly certain.
One has it.
Yeah,
You
I
tried to
definitely.
open it last session.
Yep. And? No?
One has it.
Oh, I apologize. I just heard that and I got dumb. So you say one has it, and he looks so more or less he's looking you over and he's like, it's not here, is it? Okay, this makes things a little bit more difficult. And he kind of like looks over your person really quickly. Ririn, looking at your character sheet, seeing if you have anything here. No. Yes. He like literally reaches and grabs like your bag, and he pulls out a potion and hands it to you. Says, "Drink this."
That's a restoration, is it?
Mm-hmm.
It cures only 1d4. Shit.
Yep.
Right, okay, let's drink that. Let's resto. 1d4.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're up to 3 con. That's good. That's good.
Great. Glorious.
Yep. Awesome. All right, so you are barely standing, and he looks. So you drink the potion, and as you like, you can like almost immediately feel some of your aching start to settle. Your breath finally comes back from that little jog you just did a couple moments ago. Like you're feeling a bit better, but still absolutely weak. And he looks at you and he gives you a none too reassuring smile and says, "You look fine. All right, let's get this over with." And then he's gonna kind of like reach down to touch the ground as you start to see like lines of magic forming in the grounds, like right by where he's standing, and a circle is starting to form as a pentacle and everything is starting to form literally right beneath where he happens to be standing at the moment. I said pentacle, I meant pentagram. And slowly the demons start to
Devils.
the gate starts to open to where it is that the devils are being pulled from. Steve, you're evil. To where it is that they're coming from. And so the gate opens up, and you can see on the other side of the gate, you see this land, Neil, that is deep red, crimson in color, for a sky drop. The crimson sky has dark red, seeming like clouds that are kind of within it. The landscape immediately before you is dark gray and obsidian. Seems to be like just blasted lands of hard rock and misery that are before you. Beyond the gate, what you can see is teams upon teams of these small, horrifying-looking creatures. These like gelatinous, nasty-looking things. And they immediately, as the gate's even beginning to open, start flooding towards the gate itself. And we're talking just like hordes upon hordes of them coming towards the gate. And you know in your heart of hearts that they could traverse that gate if they wanted to, that they could come spilling into this world. And you are so weak right now. There's nothing you can do to stop them. But right as that gate's opening, right as literally the first group of them about to start pouring in, you can actually see them coming into this reality. You see him step forward, and he holds out his hand, and he starts saying words in a language that's not really known to you. He's like, and starts almost making like a bubble shield that's like pushing back the demons that are there, like holding them back and at bay. And then you start to kind of understand what magics he's doing as you roll me a spellcraft check really quickly. And you actually fully understand that while he was using a different type of magic than what you're familiar with, actually, I'm going to describe it even a little bit better. He's actually making what you would identify as being like a magic circle. You know what I mean? Like a protection from evil kind of circle, which would stop them from being able to traverse in, making like a bubbled area of safety, right? But beyond that, you can see that while you are familiar with the spell, you've seen preachers and whatnot that have called upon the power of their faith to do these kind of magics. You've heard of, you've seen people, read off of ancient scrolls or speak ancient languages to do this, kind of like call upon the power of the planes themselves, utilizing the knowledge of the arcane arts, right? But this seems different. When he says these words, it's not like lines are inscribed into the ground. It's like the ground shifts to have always had lines there. It's almost like the air itself seems to swirl and disagree with creatures of that sort coming in. It almost seems as though there's a burning fire that would hold them at bay should they choose to come in. But at the same time, anything that would be able to get through would be moving in such slow, hardened motion, like it was trying to fight its way through water. You can feel that this magic is different from the magics that you know, but nonetheless has the same effect and keeps them at bay. And then from there, he speaks one word, one single word. I need you to roll me a perception check to see if you can even hear it, because amongst all the noise, he whispers it quietly. Unfortunately, the word is just said too soft for you to hear it.
I could have done with knowing a devil's true name.
And as soon as he speaks that word, what appears before him is one of those bone devils, like you saw before. It's not small by any stretch of the imagination. That stark white color, that big arching tail that looks like a scorpion's tail over its back. And even though it appears immediately before him, who happened to whisper that one tiny word, its eyes, seeming like it was before it even appeared, it already knew where you were. It's staring directly at you, right from the moment it appears. Like it was always there. And you can feel it piercing through you. Will save.
Glorious.
Okay.
That was nearly
20 because Marta aid.
Yeah, true. Yep. Actually 21 because of both of them put together. Because of saving fears. Okay, yep, so you actually make the save. You are not afraid of this thing. Don't get me wrong, it's intimidating. You know what it's capable of, but you also know you've defeated it before. You have a much more powerful ally with you now. So, there it is, staring at you as it appears. And then you can see that the your patriot there, your companion, your benefactor, starts speaking to it in a language I don't believe you understand.
I do not speak fiendish or demonic or anything like that.
Okay. Start speaking to it. And it's not happy.
Which arguably...
It's not happy with what it's hearing. You can see by the expressions on its face. It looks quite angered. However, it does nod. And at the beckoning... You're fine. At the beckoning of him, the creature is pulled from its own world through the gate into yours, where it stands there. Once again, welcome to come back in. And with that, why don't we take a quick break? Hopefully this time we come back to not bad jokes. Be right back, everyone!